If you ever watched Demon Slayer, then you definitely wanted to try out the bento box that you saw Rengoku eat on the train. Today's video is going to be a healthier rendition of what seemed to be a beef bowl with tofu. Let's make a meal that would make Rengoku proud, and let's all live life with a smile on our face because I'm sure that's what Rengoku would want for us. Let's get cooking up, guys. So the ingredient list and the recipe will be down in the description below, so make sure to check it out before you start the recipe. So we got 1 pound of sirloin here, but if you want to lower the fats, you can use something like Fillet or eye of round. We got 1 tablespoon of sake here. It's going to add a depth of flavor and also going to give that classic gyudon taste. We got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce here. This is where all the saltiness is going to come from. We got Monkfruit sweetener. This is going to add a lot of sweetness without the extra calories. We got half a tablespoon of garlic powder. Garlic powder works a lot better in this situation as you can get a much more concentrated garlic flavor into our glaze. We got 1 tablespoon of mirin. This adds a lot of sweetness and a slight bitterness to the dish. We got half a cup of water so we can braise the beef and fully cook the onions. We got this pickled ginger thing. I picked this up from Yoshinoya just for this video. We got half an onion to add some texture to the dish. Half an onion goes a long way. And last but not least, we got tofu for garnish. Let's get into this, guys. So first things first, let's get to cutting our beef into really thin slices here. You ideally want to have a really sharp knife for this, so make sure to get a quality knife if you're looking to really get into cooking. I'll link my recommendations down below. If you really want thin slices like I have here, then you want to actually freeze your meat. It'll be so much easier to cut and you'll avoid that stupid feeling of smushing your meat instead of slicing through it. Try it and you'll know what I mean. Now it's time to slice up the onion. Once again, this is where having a sharp knife really shines. If your knife is dull here, it's really hard for the edge of the knife to pierce through the surface of the onion. This can result in the knife slipping off the surface, which is why having a dull knife is actually more dangerous than having a sharp one. Once again, make sure to check the description below for a knife I really recommend. Get these onions paper thin if you can, and make sure to take your time. Now that everything is nicely prepped, it's time to cook up our beef. Just like ground beef, when you slice up your beef like this, there's going to be a lot of water that excretes out of the beef, which means that it's going to be harder to get a nice brown crust onto each piece. Something that I found that really works here is to cook up the beef until the pan gets full of water, then take out the beef and let the water boil off. This results in saving the beef from getting way overcooked while still retaining some awesome brown flavors onto each piece of beef. The beef was still a bit red, which is going to be good because we're going to be braising it in the marinade soon. As soon as we see some brown color on most of the pieces of meat, let's add in 1 tablespoon of sake and mix it in with the beef. This will imbue a slight sake flavor to the beef, which actually goes a long way. It's slightly bitter, which is what separates it from like a regular teriyaki glaze or something. After the sake is boiled off, let's add in half the cup of water, and this is what the most crucial part is. Let's make sure to scrape the fond off the pan with a wooden spoon so all that beautiful beef flavor can enter our marinade. Fond is really what makes things delicious, so let's not let it go to waste. You'll know the fond entered the marinade when the water looks like it's absorbed all the meat juice. This is when we want to add in our 2 tablespoons of soy sauce so we can get that deep dark brown color that most gyudon has. After adding in the soy sauce, let's add in the garlic powder, mirin, monkfruit sweetener, or sugar if you don't mind the extra calories. Get all of that nice and incorporated, and let's get the onions cooking. But since we cut these so thin, they should cook relatively quickly and get really nice and tender within a matter of seconds. Mine took like 2 minutes and they were perfect. Just take everything out and let it rest on a plate. Really easy recipe for some really awesome flavors. Now it's time to fry up the tofu. I think that side dish that Rengoku was eating was some sort of fried tofu. Not really sure, but whatever. I love fried tofu, so we're making it. First, let's season each side with the classic salt and pepper. That's all you really need. Add some oil to a pan and fry on each side for 2 minutes. Medium-high heat was fine for this. I think if it was on high, the tofu would explode due to the high water content. Low and slow is the way to go when frying up tofu, or you're going to be in for a hot oil bomb. This is pretty simple. Just wait for 2 minutes on each side and that's it. Let's get to plating. It's time for my favorite part once again, which is going to be plating up our food. If you're trying to impress people with your food like me, then plating is what gets your food to look awesome. If you don't have a YouTube channel, then do whatever you want, but this is the funnest part for me in my opinion. Plating your own food is so powerful because it allows us to portion out our food according to our specific goals. If you're trying to cut some weight and get those abs showing, we need to decrease our calorie intake. If you're trying to gain weight and pack on some muscle, we need to increase our calorie intake. Therefore, plating really allows us to control the direction of where we want to take our bodies. In 2022, we're planning on getting deeper into this concept with our viewers by offering online coaching on our website. It's going to be a membership-based program where we focus on adding in Asian cuisine while getting you shredded or whatever your goals are. We're in the process of making it here at Aspire Fitness, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. Let me know if you're interested in the comments down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Asian food is so amazing, and it's a shame that it's so hard to add it into our diets. Our program will focus on the Asian food lovers, so let's make it happen. 2021 was such a great year for us, and I hope it was for you guys too. Let's make 2022 an even better one, and let's get those shreds coming along. Stay safe everyone, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.